You know what I was thinking about?
What?
You know the song from Steven Universe, Here Comes a Thought?
Yeah.
You know the part that's like, um, and it times you, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not. You know that part?
Yeah.
I always thought they were saying butter snot.
Ew.
Yeah, why would they say that?
I don't know.
Anyway, welcome to the Melodies and Masterpieces podcast, episode 4.
Oh,
Um,
hi.
yeah, yeah, you're part of the show too.
I forget sometimes.
I'm gonna shake my shaker bottle right here. It's my protein shake that I didn't finish that I made earlier today. So today, I have pretty crazy news to share that I told Laurel that I was
He's been
excited
keeping
to.
me this secret from me for all day.
Oh man, when I heard about it, I felt sad. I was confused. I was angry. There's a lot of emotions I felt, but I am excited to start off the show with a crazy news flash.
I have a hair in my mouth. That's the crazy news flash.
So, Laurel,
Yeah,
you were born in the year 2003.
I was indeed.
So you were exposed to YouTube's birth and early YouTube and early meme
Yeah.
culture.
Yes, I was.
So you might know of a little song called Peanut Butter Jelly Time.
Yeah, you sing it sometimes.
It's peanut butter jelly time. It's an internet classic. If you look up peanut butter jelly time, you'll often see a banana with two pom pom looking hands and like wedge feet doing a little dance with that song in the background. It's a great song, real catchy. It was all over the place when I was a
It's a
kid.
total earworm.
Oh my
It's awful.
gosh. Sometimes I listen to it when I'm like working out because it's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Even Family Guy did a parody of the peanut butter jelly time song when Stewie put on the or
Yeah.
no, when Brian put on the banana suit. Stewie put it on another episode. But anyway, so the singer behind that song, his name is Jermaine Fuller.
Okay.
He sang the song, and it turns out that this man, I just found out about this news today. This man is dead,
Oh.
and I'll read to you exactly what's on the 9gag article about him. Jermaine Fuller, the singer of the old meme song Peanut Butter Jelly Time, was Snoop Dogg's brother in law and died in an 11-hour police shootout in 2002 that Snoop Dogg attempted to prevent by trying to calm down Jermaine. So let me recap for you. In the year 2002, the year I was born, this man, Jermaine Fuller, who sang "It's Peanut Butter Jelly Time," got into an 11-hour police active shootout. While at the same time, his brother-in-law, his wife's brother, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Diggity Dog, attempted to tell Jermaine to surrender to police, but he did not, and he is now dead.
That's crazy.
That is wild. I found that out today, and my entire perspective on everything I've ever known has changed. Cause like that's such a fun, innocent song. They played that song at like my 6th grade, 7th grade dance. I didn't know that was made by like a guy who was somewhat connected into the rap and hip hop industry. I thought that was just a guy in his room in 2001 who had a microphone and a heart full of dreams, and he just wanted to make a fun song. But no, the man. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, so it just got pretty morbid. I'm reading here. Don't know how true this is. This is 9gag, which looks a lot like bootleg Reddit. One of the comments is saying the cops didn't kill him. He game ended himself.
Oh.
Yeah, so that changed. Let's see what people say. Snoop used to be pretty gangster. Then he met Martha. Um, I don't know if he got wrapped up in Snoop's gangster activity. I know nothing about like rappers and that whole thing, so like people are probably listening to me thinking I'm an idiot. But yeah, this is crazy. First of all, the guy looks nothing like how I imagined him to be. I thought he was gonna be like a skinny little short man, but no, he's like pretty buff. But like, isn't that so wild?
It's very crazy.
Isn't that the craziest thing ever, man? I remember the first time I heard that song, it was like on a YouTube poop or something. For those of you who don't know, YouTube poop is like, it's like when people take clips from TV shows or whatever and they just like heavily edit them to be so crazy and out of this world. A good example is if you go on YouTube and you type in YTP, Hank Hill shows his true power. That is probably my favorite YouTube poop video in the world. It's so funny. It's so ridiculous. Did you ever watch YouTube poops?
I liked the Bill Nye one.
Oh yeah, the Bill Nye ones were pretty popular. There's a lot of SpongeBob ones, King of the Hill ones, Bill Nye ones. I think there was Friends ones or Seinfeld ones. I don't know, but the SpongeBob and King of the Hill ones were like what I lived off of as a kid. But man, Jermaine Fuller. Let me see what else I can find about this guy because. Oh wait, what? The singer on the song, yeah, Jermaine Fuller got into an altercation in Las Vegas with a police officer. He shot the officer, and I guess that's what began the whole thing. He got into an altercation with an officer and then shot him. And he was in a band called the Buckwheat Boys. Wow. Okay, so when I heard about this, I thought it was like recently. I thought this happened recently, but apparently this happened in 2002. But man, still, I don't know how everybody doesn't know about this because this is crazy. Man.
Or maybe like everyone knows and you just don't.
There's no way. There's no way. Because then people would be like, oh, R.I.P. Jermaine every time this song would play. And like nobody knows about it. Let me go on the original video for Peanut Butter Jelly Time and look at the comments. Because there has to be like, there's got to be something. I don't know if the comments, has it been there all this time and I just didn't know? No, definitely not. 100% no. Here it is. It has 202 million views. I'm not surprised at all. And look at the recommended here. The Duck song. I like to move it,
Classic.
move it.
Classic.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Classic.
The Caillou anthem. Let me see this. Look in the comments. Looking in the comments right now. Yeah, nothing about him. If you still listen to this 2000s classic, you're a legend. Of course, it has those comments. This never gets old. Can we appreciate that this banana dude has been dancing for over a decade? The song never gets old. The song came out 15 years ago. Nobody's talking about it.
Wow.
Nobody's talking about this guy. That is absolutely insane. Man, I don't know how many times I can say that.
It's probably because like, our generation, which is the one that like grew up like, listening to this song a lot, like never really knew the guy behind it, so like we actually don't know his story.
I think that has a lot to do with, and I think this is a good jumping off point because we were talking about technology, and I think media and entertainment is a cool thing for us to talk about as well because that also has to do with art and music because, I mean, that's where everything goes nowadays. The internet was just a different place back then. I mean, nowadays YouTube is a place to become a content creator. People get their jobs off of being like an identity on YouTube. But like back in the day, in like 2005 to 2013, you just watched it for the viral videos. Do you remember that? Like the viral video days?
I'm trying to remember. Because I spent most of my days, unfortunately, on DeviantArt, so...
You were one of those.
Rude.
Let me see here. Some classic viral videos. Well, the Duck song. You know the Duck song, right?
Well, of course, yeah.
And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. The guy who wrote that, he wrote a song called Honey Bear, and it's actually very nice. And people were like, how did you do that high-pitched voice? People thought he actually sang like that. No, he just sped up the video, and programs back then didn't allow you to speed up stuff while keeping the pitch the same, so it had that effect. Honey Bear song was a good one. Oh my gosh. Double Rainbow, you remember that video?
Yeah, it's raining tacos.
We were talking about raining tacos. The Double Rainbow guy, want to know something crazy? He actually had like an MMA career.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, I think he like lost in the first round of his fight, but yeah, he wanted to learn how to fight.
Did you spend the entire day researching like old viral YouTube videos and like their creators?
One day I did. It was like a top 10, like, where are they now? Meme people,
Where are they now? Dead.
Dead or in prison. That seems to be the trend. David After Dentist. You watched that one, right?
Mhm.
Did you watch the Brendan Rodgers parody of it?
Yeah.
That one. That was
Brendan
actually
Rodgers is one of my favorite like YouTubers ever.
that was one of the first Brendan Rodgers videos I ever watched. Was David After Dentist Grown Up or
Uh,
whatever it's called.
oh, I don't remember the first Brendan Rodgers video I watched. I gotta look this up now.
Uh, you remember?
Because I've been a fan for a while.
You remember Chocolate Rain? My baby born without the bombers in chocolate rain. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Tay Zonday.
Yeah.
Dude's got a great voice. Got a great voice. One of my favorite Chocolate Rain moments, because we all have so many. Um, what's his name? Eric Andre. He was on this show called Hot Ones. You know Hot Ones, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Hot Ones is a talk show where they bring on famous people, and with every question, they give them a spicier chicken wing until the point where they have like the ghost pepper sauce and they're like dying. Eric Andre was on the show and he started singing Chocolate Rain as like a coping mechanism while he was like getting burned alive by the hot sauce, and he was like Chocolate Rain bazooba beebadoo buddy, and he was like, whatever happened to that guy? And the host was like, he was a one-hit wonder, he doesn't do anything anymore, and he's like, don't you ever talk about my man like that. Tay Zonday. What a cool guy. And then I'm looking at a playlist right now. I'm just reading off the ones that I have fond memories with. There was the zombie kid. I like turtles. Remember that?
Yeah.
You give me
Yeah.
that kid energy.
What do you mean?
I don't know, just the very simple love of something while looking like a zombie just really reminds me of you. Why you usually are so flattered by stuff like that? Why are you all of a sudden you're literally wearing a ghost shirt? You love zombies and crazy goth stuff like that. I'm gonna have to
How dare.
level out all of those coughs because they definitely peaked the audio.
They definitely didn't. Let's do it again.
Please stop. Keyboard Cat, rest in power. Remember Keyboard Cat, right?
Of course, I'm a cat person.
I'm
Like,
not even lying.
I'm gonna know everything about cats.
I'm not even lying when I tell you Keyboard Cat was a big reason I got into playing keyboard because I wanted to know how to play that little and now I
My
can.
gosh.
After years and years of music school, I can finally play the Keyboard Cat song. Neon Cat, that's a classic. I legitimately would listen to Neon Cat, like I got it put on my iPod as a kid and I would listen to it nonstop.
I would draw and I would put on Neon Cat 10-hour version.
Oh yeah, that was like the first one of like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Like Neon Cat started that trend. There used to be the Neon Cat game on the App Store
Yeah.
that I had on my iPod one. Oh my gosh, the Bed Intruder song.
Mhm.
Climbing in your windows. I can't sing the rest of it because it has a bad word. Let's see. This one isn't really old, but remember the John Cena meme?
Yeah.
That one's a classic.
It's John Cena.
The Charlie Sheen winning interview when he was like going insane.
Yeah.
The annoying orange. Man, good times. But yeah, I remember when YouTube was like, oh, let's see if we can get a viral video. Like nobody remembered you. They remembered viral videos. And something about that was really simple, but I can't imagine people made money very often off of those things because like you had to be a constant hit with stuff.
Was YouTube like monetized back then?
No, I think they started their partner program in like 2010.
Yeah, so a lot of these like people that were viral in like the early 2000s, that when you see videos that pop up and it's like 15 years ago, like they probably weren't getting paid for all the views.
I mean, back then you couldn't even imagine making money off of the internet. The only way you made money making videos is if you were like an actor or something. Previous to
Yeah.
YouTube, I really can't think of anything else. In 2007, December of 2007, YouTube launched the partner program, which allows channels to meet certain metrics to make money. And then the adpocalypse happened. I love looking at YouTube
Yeah.
history and YouTube lore. I don't know why. That's like one niche
Niche.
that I'm really into, like internet history of how stuff worked back then.
Yeah.
It's fun and it's interesting to watch. YouTube, I think, for artists and musicians can either be a great or terrible place to start. For musicians, it's not the best unless you're going to be making really, really interesting music videos because it's a video platform at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And only reason I post stuff on YouTube and not Spotify is because, I mean, my focus is not making a solo career. My focus is being a teacher. And YouTube is so easy to just put stuff up there for you to share and have prepared for number one as a student, and number two for like sending in auditions, having a YouTube
Yeah.
channel with like unlisted videos that you could just send the link over. So much easier than having a Spotify. Because Spotify, there's Spotify Premium and there's like a million ads. YouTube, there's like 1 to 2 ads. You could skip most of them. I never got into SoundCloud. I never dealt with that. YouTube Shorts is now taking over the algorithm. What's your opinion on YouTube Shorts?
It's always like 2 or 3 months behind TikTok because it's usually re-uploads from TikTok. And from what I've seen, I don't know, maybe it's just like my YouTube recommended YouTube shorts, but I don't know what it is with this like collection of like animations of hyper feminizing these like characters from media that I don't even know, and all of a sudden they have like these bombastic curves. It's insane. Maybe it's just the side of YouTube I'm on. Maybe I'm trapped in like, anime girl anime girlification of, Huggy Wuggy. I have no idea. I've seen too much.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I
I'm
never
losing my mind.
I never saw that. What I saw when YouTube Shorts first became a thing, and it would make me so mad, was it would literally just be like the laziest TikTok duets you could think of. People would just take somebody else's viral video and then just have their face next to it doing like the most basic reaction, and they'd get like 20,000 likes. It's just such a sleazy way of getting numbers. I don't know. I know like a bag's a bag, and people will do what they can to get famous, but I don't know. I just never liked that approach. But who knows? Maybe I'll try it tomorrow and it'll work out for me.
Maybe.
I don't know. Crazier things have happened. I remember. So YouTube Red is now called YouTube Premium.
Uh-huh.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I've never really looked into like YouTube Red, YouTube Premium.
I remember when it
I've kind
came
of just
out.
I've kind of just been living my life. I remember when like memberships to channels was like revealed and everyone was like, "What is that?"
Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, it's saying YouTube.
Funny story though about YouTube memberships real fast. Um my brother keeps getting gifted like a membership to this one channel that he watches, and it's just really amusing cuz it's been going on 2 years now, I think.
Wow, what channel is it?
They I don't even know. It's someone who plays, I think, Stardew Valley or something like that.
I don't like Stardew Valley. I tried getting into it, just couldn't.
Controversial opinion right there.
It was a little too boring for me.
I like boring games. I like Stardew Valley.
I can appreciate games that are slower. I don't know. Stardew Valley was a little too slow for me. But
I like slow games.
saying here, YouTube Premium is the new and improved version of YouTube Red. If you already have YouTube Red, you'll automatically have YouTube Premium. It's the same service with one exception. It includes the YouTube Music program. So if you buy Premium, you have Premium YouTube Music as well.
Uh-huh.
Or I don't even know. Does YouTube Music even come for free? Probably not.
I don't think so, no.
Well, it's probably like Spotify, where like you just don't get any ads if you pay for the thing. But yeah, being an artist on YouTube though, I've seen a lot of people get when Hamilton was big, Hamilton the musical.
Oh gosh. Oh no, that's my entire history.
If you're a theater kid, you know that you were staying up all night watching Hamilton animatics of your favorite songs. And a lot of like young artists, like as young as like 13 to 15 years old. And I was surprised because like I would watch one of my favorite animatic artists, and they would be like, "Hey, I'm a 15-year-old artist from wherever." I'm like, "You're 15? You draw like so well." So surprised, but I guess like that's what happens when you draw consistently from a young
No,
age.
there's this iconic artist. I forget who it is. There's this iconic artist who would make all of these. Oh my gosh, Galactabun. Galactic Bun slash Spibbles. For Hamilton animatics, I'm a total animatic person. I've created them. I've done all that kind of stuff. This person named Galactibun,
Yes, I used
but
to
they were
watch.
also known as Spibbles.
I used to watch all of
They
Galactabun's videos.
they were iconic.
They led the wave, really.
And then they got rid of their YouTube channel and everyone was really upset and everyone started re-uploading it, and then they came back as Sizzin.
Mm-hmm.
And Sizzin was their other name, and they had like their art style was like totally changed. It went from like, you know, the circle heads with the non-existent noses with the really round mouths to more, you know, realistic facial features and all that insane stuff, and it was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know. I kind of like the old art style a bit better.
I don't know. I just remember being absolutely entranced with their artwork. And I remember, because I'm around the same age as this kid. And I think they're younger than me, though. I follow them on Tumblr.
I'm seeing both channels right now. I see a Galactabun channel and a Sizzin channel.
Yeah, they both exist, because once the Galactibun one was taken down, people started re-uploading it, and then it reappeared all of a sudden. And the Sizzin one, that one's just been around because that's who they are.
I guess they started their own series now. Interesting.
Yeah, they're doing their own thing now. They're a fan of Persona 5. Shout out to Persona 5.
Yeah, Persona 5. I tried, I got through, like, I'm playing through Persona 5 Strikers. It's a pretty good game, if not a bit monotonous, and it's kind of annoying having to level up your characters all the time, but it's fun and flashy. I still haven't touched Persona 5 Royale yet. I have it. I got it as a gift. Happy to have it. Always wanted to really get into Persona 5, but it's just such a commitment. It's like a 60-hour game.
It's intense. I've been playing Persona 5. I played Persona 5 Vanilla, and I started playing Persona 5 Royale, and I think I have over 100 hours on it.
I love Persona 5's soundtrack. I love how
It's amazing.
I love how funky and jazzy it is.
Especially in the coffee shop. It's real good in the coffee shop.
I've noticed a lot with like Japanese media lately that they have such a big influence with like funk music, and a lot of what I've heard at least, like their rock and roll type sounds and Japanese funk music is so intellectually intense. Like I love keeping track of their bass lines. And I know I'm generalizing like all of Japan's funk music because I don't really have any frames of reference. I've just heard what I've heard in like anime and video games. So like I should probably say Japanese media, funk and rock and roll. It's awesome. There's an anime actually about like a pianist learning jazz and like playing jazz, and I want to watch it because like apparently they animate everything true to what they're playing. So like if a character, if like the noises you're hearing is like a C major chord, the character will actually be playing a C major chord and everything will be animated properly like that. And I always love that. The only time I've ever seen that was in the Tom and Jerry cartoon where Tom is playing piano and all the notes are actually animated correctly, which you never see because it's really hard, and very rarely is there somebody in the studio who can like transcribe it for you on the spot. So they usually just cover the hands with angle and make them smashing on the keyboard.
That I never see that because no animated character ever plays French horn. So
I could probably find one.
I've never seen in my life any animated character playing a French horn.
There's definitely an anime character that plays the French horn.
Not an anime, but like I've just never seen it.
Let's see here. Well, because like, you know, French horn isn't really one of the instruments people think about when they think of band immediately.
No, because it's so weird.
They think of like trumpet, tuba. The tuba is this character.
Tuba.
Haruta Kamijo. Doesn't say what show he's from. He might not even be a real character. But there's one. He plays French horn in Euphonium. He's a blonde boy, blue eyes, pretty handsome, and he's playing the French horn. And he's playing it with conviction. Yeah, I'm seeing more stuff of him here. I guess it actually is a show. And I guess it's also
Oh
the.
my gosh, he plays French horn. This is so exciting to me.
I guess he shares a name. He shares a name with a One Piece character, I guess, because he's the
Oh
other
my
guy from One Piece
gosh,
is
he
popping up.
plays French horn. Is this anime about?
About him.
No, it's about
It's about
he's
a
a horn
band.
player, has a perfect outward appearance and a clear mind.
Is he the main
He and
character?
Chica are both attracted to their so he's into his band teacher.
Whoa.
Whoa, this has got really intense. He's 15?
Yeah. Did you just find your new favorite anime?
Anime? He doesn't look too bad. I might watch this. It's a little iffy. He was a once famous conductor, but suddenly retired and becomes a music teacher. Instead, where he is the center of attention for Chika and Haruta.
Anyway, um,
Sorry, this is just like really intense. This is insane.
tomorrow is the start of school.
Yeah, and I'll be watching this anime.
School officially commences tomorrow morning. What time is your first class at?
Oh, my first class 9
9.
a.m.
My first class is at 11. I might wake up at me and my friend we're gonna wake up at 8 to go to the gym at like 8:30, work out, shower, and then go to my gym and go to my class at 11.
Go back to the gym twice in one day. Hit it again.
That's what people do.
That's
Hey,
not me. I don't work out.
hit it twice. Yeah, that's what bodybuilders do. I don't know how they do it. Being a bodybuilder must be so hard. You just eat and lift all day, and like all
Unpopular
day.
opinion. Unpopular opinion. I don't like how bodybuilders look.
I think they're pretty cool. Depends on the physique
I
for me.
I I think they're cool and everything. I just don't like the physical build. They could be amazing people. They can do whatever they want. I'm just not attracted to that.
Most bodybuilders are pretty cool people from what I've witnessed. It's the
Oh, I'm fully convinced that they're cool people.
it's the power lifters who are often like baby men from what I've heard.
They have roid rage.
No, I mean, well, maybe power lifters do, but bodybuilders actually they're pretty calm guys from what I've seen. I'm sure there's probably a good amount of bad eggs out there, but like Chris Bumstead's a pretty chill guy from what I've seen. There might be some terrible drama out there that I have no idea about. I don't really keep up with the bodybuilding scene that much. I just kind of get the occasional YouTube short of like, you want to be a man, get out of bed and do 3,000 push-ups. Like that chef for the White House, that large man, what's his name?
I don't know.
Like,
Do you think there's like an opposite version of those for like women, but like the quote unquote traditional? Like for the men, it's like get out there and like I don't
get out
know
of bed and knit yourself an apron.
and
It's
and mow the lawn.
it's paying
Get out there and bake your husband a pie.
It's playing like. I feel like you would make that video.
Open this pin up. Dum, dum.
I feel like you would make that video of like,
Bake a pie.
you're like, you're still sitting in bed? Get out of bed and bake your husband a pie! And it starts playing like
No,
death
no,
metal
open this
music
pin
as you're
up.
like, gently putting the apples into the crust of the pie. Chef Rush, that's his name. This guy is huge. He's got like 21-inch biceps. His arms are the size of probably my torso. I watched a video of what he eats in a day. And to people say we're off topic, no, bodybuilding is literally an art because it takes dedication, takes craft, takes individuality, and it takes your own special, not only genetics, but your own special talent as far as posing and everything. It's basically the male beauty pageant, but I mean, like these guys work really hard. Like, not everybody could do this. Not everybody should do this. But he's I mean, most certainly he's on steroids because I look at him. But the dude, he eats 2 rotisserie chickens a day. There's a video of him, and he's like, "What I eat in a day, Chef Rush." He eats like I think a whole cabbage, like 2 rotisserie chickens, a carton of eggs, And then he does like 222 push-ups or something like that for
Oh
like
my gosh.
the amount of missing soldiers or something. Like out of respect for them, he does that many push-ups.
America.
It's a strange way to show patriotism, but whatever. And he's one of those guys.
America.
He's one of those guys who's like Mark Wahlberg. He's like, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I do 3 million squats. Mark Wahlberg's a weird guy. You know Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
He's the guy who's like, yeah, you want to get bigger? You gotta go to the gym at 5 a.m. What are you doing? You're sitting there. You're fat. You're ugly. You have no wife. Go run 3 miles. Then maybe she'll chase after you. I don't know if that's actually what he says. That's my Mark Wahlberg impression. Tell me how I did. I thought I sounded pretty good. No, Mark Wahlberg is also problematic with his past. He's a pretty racist fellow. He's pretty racist. I'm still shocked over the peanut butter jelly time story. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That song was it was a real banger. It truly was a real banger. And it's a song that used to be played, as I said, a lot of dances, which moves me on to something that I also like talking about because of how much I dislike it, and that's line dance songs, or just dance songs in general. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
What are your favorite line dance songs to hear at like the family reunion?
I like the electric slide.
I don't even know what the electric slide is, like the dance.
Oh, I know the dance.
We always
I had
did.
to in elementary school. Every year we would have to have an entire learning session about the electric slide.
Wait, is the electric slide the one that's like slide to the left? Slide.
No.
No, that's not the electric slide. What is that one?
Dun, 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 dun. It's electric.
There's a dance to that?
The
Toozy slide. That's the name of the song? No.
I don't know.
No, that's the Drake song. The right foot up, left foot slide. That's what it's called. The cha-cha slide, of course. How could I forget the name of it? Man, my brain is so filled with high-class art that it pushes this stuff out of the way. No, but my family's like graduation parties or whatever, there'd always be the cha-cha slide, the Cupid shuffle, and whenever my dad DJs, he loves playing the chicken dance. Only thing is, I think it's good and fun to do like one or two and like space them out. But like there's some DJs that like I've gone to parties for and they'll play like 5 line dance songs in a row.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe's another one. Gangnam Style's a more recent one.
Oof.
Oh man, gotta love that Gangnam Style.
I know all of my white people dances.
It sure is a classic. There's a lot of
Turn on
ruckus
Cotton
going
Eye
on.
Joe. I am on the dance floor.
Oh, what's
that one song? What's the one song?
That's Cotton Eye Joe.
Du, 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 du.
Oh, Tonto Jump On It.
Yeah, that one.
That
I'm
used
on
to
the floor.
That used to be my favorite song to play, like the game Just Dance. Apache,
Uh-huh.
that's the name of the song by Sugar Hill Gang. Uh, when I used to play Just Dance, that used to be my favorite song for some reason. Just Dance.
Speaking of Just Dance, oh my gosh.
Yeah, rhythm games. That's another thing I would love to talk about.
Just Dance.
We got to do another episode just about rhythm games. We're gonna talk about it now, but we got to dedicate a whole episode just to rhythm games and art games.
No, do you know the dance for like Rasputin?
Yeah, the one that everybody's like, it's the hardest dance ever because like you actually have to work to do it.
That song. I love that dance so much.
Yeah,
I get a workout. I do that one just for fun sometimes, just because it's such a workout.
I would bust that one out on like the 7th grade dance floor and everybody'd be losing their mind. I had 3 moves. I had the SpongeBob, I had the worm, and I had the Rasputin, where like you do the squat and like you spring out one of your legs, or like you go on the crab walk and like you kick your leg up and touch your heel with the opposite hand.
It's like the stereotypical Russian dances.
Yes, stereotypical Russian dances. When you bust those out, people are like, oh, it's so cool.
Your knees.
I told you I was going on my Guitar Hero craze a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
I was getting, because I don't know, I watched a video of this live streamer playing the, who's that? I already forgot her name. The YouTuber who's like, not a groomer, Just a Loser.
Miranda sings.
What's her?
Colleen Ballinger.
Colleen Ballinger. A guy was playing a Guitar Hero level of that song.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, man, and also when I took you to Dave and Buster's for your birthday and we played Guitar Hero,
Toxic
I forgot.
concentrate.
Oh my gosh, I forgot how much
Shutting down
fun.
Jackson.
He's
I'll
gonna-
stop now. Sorry.
But when we went to Dave and Buster's, I forgot how much fun Guitar Hero actually is, and I was like, I want to play this more when I get home because I have it. My dad found all the stuff one day on Craigslist for pretty cheap. He was like, "Hey, I brought all this home." I was like, "Oh, sick." And I played it when I
Well,
first.
after you played it, you were like you texted me. It's like I played a song by Korn.
Yeah, I played a song by Korn. I don't remember what song it was though. It was one of the. I'm just like, I know there's like a million songs like that, but
I love Korn. I love Korn so much.
pretty weird saying that considering we use the word corn for something else in the past shows.
I'm going to explode.
What, you're just saying you love corn. That's fine. Anyway,
I love Korn. Have you ever seen that meme of it's a SpongeBob? It's like I love chum, but it's replaced with another thing.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right.
I love Korn.
Okay. Well, moving on. Did you stop laughing? That's awful.
The viewers know what I'm talking about.
Did you ever
They're rocking with me.
Did you ever play any like art games as a kid that you played?
I mean, from my experience, maybe it's because I didn't have a lot of exposure to a lot of video games, but like in my childhood memory, there was like 0 art games.
There was one game I got from Blockbuster back in the day. It was called Drawn to Life, and it was a game
Never
that
heard of it.
you ever heard of Scribblenauts?
Nope.
So Scribblenauts is a game where you type words into a machine, and then whatever you type appears in the game, and then you have to type things to solve the puzzles. Like if there's something on top of a house, you type the word ladder, and then a ladder appears. And you climb the
That
building.
sounds fun.
It is pretty fun, and there's one that came out for the Wii U that like has way more options, but like nobody plays it anymore. But Drawn to Life was
kind of sucks.
Drawn to Life was basically the drawing counterpart to it, and it came out on the Wii and DS. And I got it for the Wii as a kid, and I got it for the DS for like $1 at GameStop one day because I was like, oh, I wonder what the DS version is like. And it's basically just like a glorified coloring book game because like you can't really draw things that work. Like it'll say like draw a bridge, and you can literally just put one dot, and then the entire box of interaction for the bridge will appear, even though there's nothing there. But it was a fun game as a kid. I remember I loved it, and I would draw like my sword was like a hot dog or something. We played Scriblio, right? Together?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Scriblio or Scribble.io is a flash game that you can play with friends online, and it's basically Pictionary, where like there's somebody drawing and they pick something to draw, and as they're drawing it, the people in the game have to like type into a box what it is that they're drawing. Simple fun. I love the Vanoss
Totally
phase.
recommend it.
It's a lot of fun to play with like a lot of people. It's so hectic. It's so crazy. I should do it with my Discord friends. I think they'd get a real hoot and holler out of it.
I only have one Discord friend, and it's really unfortunate.
I only have one as well, like one that I consistently would play with, but they haven't been on in a while.
This is someone that I've known for like, I want to say, like 8 years now.
Yeah,
I have my one online friend. That's it. And I've known this person for like 8 years. But they're like the only person that I've ever like actually made a solid connection with on Discord.
I had I had like a little friend group at the beginning of this summer of like 4 people. We'd get on every night and play Minecraft together, but we all stopped playing for like a few days and then we all just kind of like got busy. So I gotta message them and see what's up. Um, Even though I have to get my wireless mouse for my Mac so I can actually play. Well, uh, yeah, tomorrow is the big day, as we were saying. Tomorrow is when the school year begins. If you're one of our fellow, either just college students or whatever, listening to this, good luck in this coming year. Um, Hope it's an easy one if you're starting college. Don't get distracted by parties and all that stuff. Stay on your own track. Um, don't focus on getting popular, the basic stuff. Because the moment you get left behind, it'll be difficult. I'll tell you one thing though, high school was a lot harder than college.
Yeah.
High school was crazy because you were there all day for 8 hours studying 6 different topics. I only.
Everything now is like open note, open book. Like,
I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't hear a lot about that. I hear kids complaining that they like have to study too much. I don't think I.
maybe that's just for you because everything for me is like open note, open book, open browser.
I mean, tests
Just like,
should
just don't
be
be
open
stupid.
book. Tests should be using your notes, not the textbook. You should be using your notes because I feel it's more valuable to be able to take good notes and have a way of memorizing things than to just have things committed to memory. Because when you force me to commit things to memory, it's the thing everybody says. It goes in one ear, you take the test, and then it goes out the other ear. But if you learn how to comprehend information and have it written down in a way that is useful to you, because I guarantee you, if you tell a kid it's open note, I bet they're gonna glance at their notebook like twice the whole test because since they have the security of the book, they're gonna have like they're gonna feel so comfortable that they're gonna know it anyway.
They're going to be a lot more committed to creating good notes instead of, cramming like 15 minutes before, regurgitating all the information that they like ingested in the past like 15 minutes, regurgitate it all and then not know a single thing. Because like that's what I did for my biology course, just mainly because like first of all it was like easy biology because I'm good at biology, but a lot of the things I was just like, oh, let me just memorize these like, you know layers of the skin, and then I would regurgitate it onto the test, and then I don't know the layers of the skin. I know there's like an epidermis or something like that. That's why I'm in psychology, not biology.
It was the same thing with me with like math, because like
Well, I love math, so
I don't love math.
I
I
love
would
math.
learn like the formulas that we would need and how to go through them just for the test, and I'd pass with like a 78. Sorry, mom and dad, but and then I would just move on to the next topic and forget about what was left.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that when you tell kids like open note, it makes kids. First of all, it'll make the kids. I should say students, not just kids. It'll make the students value their notebooks more. Because, like, how many times do students check their notebooks once they filled them out? Barely any time ever. But if it's like, oh, I remember I wrote these notes down in this book because we took this open book quiz. Just teachers, if there's any teachers out there or people who have to run classes of any kind, if you're going to make tests and have them memory based, don't make them long. Don't make them worth a ton. I don't think pop quizzes are a terrible thing. I do think kids should I do think students should be able to be tested at least on simple things from memory, like fundamentals, have those things memorized.
Yeah.
But like if you just learned a new topic and then in a week and a half you expect them to take a test that's worth like 30% of their grade, or let's say like 45% of their grade, they're going to cheat. I mean, you've cheated on tests, I've cheated on tests, because sometimes these things are just unfair with all the things they expect us to memorize, and sometimes teachers won't even give out study guides to students, and they're just
Yeah.
like, know it, just know it, and you'll be fine. You know how they say some people in like government are too old to run government?
Yeah.
Some people in the education force are too old.
Too
Like,
old to teach.
yeah, because these are people like in their like mid 80s who are still in full-time teaching positions, and they're so lacking on the times. They don't know how to use the modern technology. They don't know how to email. They don't know how to use a smart board or the computer. And I had a teacher at one of my other schools that they didn't know how to use the computer to set up the projector. So every single class they would hand out papers. And by the end of the year, I had like one folder that was just chock full of like 1,000 papers. And they meant nothing. They literally meant nothing. But that was an easy pass to class. Easy class to pass.
Class this coming semester, and I looked at the syllabus and everything, and the teacher's like, no phones, no music, no earbuds, no headphones, no laptops, no technology.
Wow.
But the thing is, their like textbook that they provide is all through online. It's a digital textbook. And they do open textbook tests. So I don't know how I'm supposed to do this class when she's like, no technology, but we do open textbook quizzes every week.
Well, just print out the entire textbook.
Oh yeah, all 459 pages.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Anyway, I think we can call it for tonight.
I think so.
You can expect probably more guests coming on now that school's starting, and more people that we know are going to be showing up. Laurel may go off and do an episode on her own with somebody. I may go off and do an episode with somebody. I'm also trying to start having us have a consistent schedule. That was a terrible sentence. I'm trying to give us a more consistent schedule now. I'm thinking Mondays and like Thursdays or something.
That's crazy.
Why?
That's like twice a week. That's like...
Well, think about it. Like,
YouTube, I'm going to upload twice a week.
Well, just think about it. Like, if we record a podcast multiple times a week, more than 2 times a week, we can just use those and like have stuff set up.
I mean, I guess, yeah, sure, whatever.
Anyway, thank you for listening to Melodies and Masterpieces, the only podcast by creatives for creatives, with your hosts Omar and Laurel. Make sure you drink water, eat food, and have a good night.
Night.